Welcome to your Daily Revolution podcast. Today's topic: change your story, change your life forever. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
My name is Setema, Gali, the founder and creator of the Prosperity Revolution, a global movement that helps you to get out of scarcity and into prosperity every single day. A movement where people have value, things do not, where money is a result of helping people, where you're rewarded for creating value for others, and where prosperity is not the result of luck, but a predictable steps and formulas, and where happiness is the ultimate goal.
Oh man. While I'm shooting the podcast, right, my legs are throbbing and I feel like sobbing because yesterday we hit a good old-fashioned leg day. Now, over the last few months, I've not done legs. And by the way, welcome to the podcast. Let's jump back into it. I haven't done legs like the way that I used to, right? Squatting 300-400 pounds, not quite 4, but the high 300s and heavy leg presses and just building muscle and strength on my legs. Well, took about 3 months off. We decided to do a lot of mobility and knees over toes and ankles and stretching and just a lot of body weight movements. Well, you come back to doing legs again, and remember, we're talking 3 months during the holidays. So no real legs, 3 months off. And then we come back and we know, like I know when you come back to doing something, when you haven't done it for quite some time, you're going to be rusty. You're going to be a bit out of shape. Your body's not going to have the same capacity. And right, your heart and lungs are going to burn and your heart's going to pump and you might be a little bit woozy and dizzy. This was the case yesterday. This is the second day back and we had a very fast pace with high reps of 12. When you're doing reps of 12 with heavy weights, there's a machine called the Humbler. Yeah, you can figure out the Humbler makes you really humble. I'm doing these sets and like I'm starting to see stars. And I get off the machine and I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's hard. Like if you've ever pushed yourself physically, you know what I'm talking about. Like seeing stars, I'm bent over. I got my hands on my knees. I'm breathing in my nose, breathing out my nose. I'm trying to catch my breath. Then we go over and do single leg, almost like a Bulgarian split squat where it's like a lunge and you're going straight down and we have these 40-pound weight and then 80-pound weight in our hands. And we're going fast. And by the time we're done with that, I wanted to yak. I wanted to throw up. And then we go over and do hamstrings. And again, high reps of 12 and just like fast. And I was done. Yeah, guys, I was like, now, while this was happening, my mind began to tell stories such as, what's wrong with you? You're so weak. Oh my gosh, you're so out of shape. And I started to tell these stories like over and over. It just was like on loop. It was like, it's the natural default story that comes to my mind. You're so out of shape. You're so weak. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? You're so out of shape. You're so weak. Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you? And mid-sentence while I was doing this, I had this massive epiphany. Right, this epiphany was like, well, hold up now. You see, when our men and women come through inside of immersion, they come through Titan immersion or Shield Maiden immersion. This is one of the things we teach them. Tell a different story. And while I'm lifting weights and I'm about to pass out and I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like the whole nine. I had to stop myself and say, hold up. Let me get the context here. I haven't done this in 3 months. I'm operating on not as much sleep as I should this week. And we went Tuesday and Wednesday. Yesterday was Thursday when I did this. And so I got the context and then I changed the story. And I changed the story to, right, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm getting better. I'm getting stronger. And it shifted my attitude. It shifted my energy and it started to make a difference even in the latter part of the workout when we were done. You see, there's a lesson here and it's significant because you're going to go through things in life. In your marriage, you're going to have kids, whether they're young or old, whether they get addicted to things, whether they get bullied or they are the bully, or their self-esteem gets hurt, or their feelings get hurt. Maybe you lose someone to COVID or to cancer. I've lost people to COVID and cancer in the last 12 months. A number of people that are like our family. Like, it's going to happen. You're going to face financial turmoil and financial upset. And when that happens, the story that you begin to tell yourself really, really matters. In fact, it's the most important story. Because, like, one of the fundamental truths in a model we teach called conscious self-creation is this. The story that you believe the most about yourself is the story that you tell the most about yourself. Let me say it again. The story that you believe the most about yourself is the story that you tell the most about yourself. And by tell, I mean that you hear, you see, you recite, you repeat, you believe, you feel, you write, you say. Like, all these things is telling a story. And I had one of two options. I could continue to say, oh, you're so out of shape. You're so out of shape. What's wrong with you? And I stopped about it went on for probably a good 10 minutes before I caught myself. And then I changed the story, and then I began to feel differently, and then I changed the rest of the day. See, how many of you right now do what I did? You get into kind of a rut of a situation, and you start to tell a negative story. You start to tell a negative story. Oh man, I suck. I hate this. I'm no good. See, I told you. That's very childish. And yet many adults today who have less than great lives, like average lives, mediocre lives, low levels of happiness, many of those people, guess what? They tell unworkable victim stories. And if you want to feel different, if you want to change your life, if you want to change how you feel, if you want to change the results that you have, whether it's the results in your fitness and your health, or the results inside of the purpose of the meaning of your life, maybe it's the results inside of your marriage, the connection, the intimacy with your spouse and or your children, perhaps even the feeling and the fulfillment that you get in business and your job, your teams, your bank account, your money, your future retirement, your current money, cash flow. Then look at the story you're telling yourself and ask yourself, hey, is this serving me? Is the story making a difference for me? Just as it was in LegDay for me, where I had to change the story. I had to change it because it was not serving me. And it made a difference. Hey, I'm getting better. And what's the truth? Well, the truth is, in that situation, whatever I desire it to be. And I mean that, like, one truth could be, I suck, I'm out of shape. That's a perspective. And that perspective is a function of how I'm choosing to see the situation. Or I could change the story, which becomes a truth, which then dictates how I believe too. I'm just getting stronger. Like, I'm coming back, I'm doing the work, I'm getting stronger every day in every way, getting better and better. That's a phrase I teach with my sons. Every day in every way, and my boys say, getting better and better. So, my friends, what will you do with this lesson? What will you do the next time your mind wants to go into victim story, your mind wants to go into, I suck, I'm no good, I'm out of shape? Well, of course you're out of shape if you haven't been working out, but that doesn't mean you have to state that as your story or your reality. If you're breathing heavy and you got lactic acid coming up in your body, guess what? It means you're getting stronger because you're pushing into the threshold of pain to expand your capacity. My friends, I invite you, tell a different story, right? Change your story, believe the story, feel the story, change your life. Let me say that again. Change the story, believe that story, feel the new story, and then change your life. And look, as you change your story, let your behaviors follow the new story. I'm getting better. What's the behavior? Someone who gets better, they push. They take their spouse on a date. They confront situations that are unworkable. They stop tolerating mediocrity. Right? They get up early. They read and they study. They better themselves. They change their perspective, right? This is what great people do. And this is what the prosperity revolution is all about. Committing to excellence and greatness. My friends, if you're enjoying the podcast, take a screenshot. Let me know and go change it. Like, let me know on social media and then go change your story today. Change it. Start telling new stories. You're the author of the story. You're the author of your life. You get to write the story. You get to write the narrative. And yes, another leg day in the books, another day where I'm getting better and better. If this is helpful, go on over to championshuddle.com. Check out our Champions Huddle. That's our monthly coaching. That's where I get to coach. You get to learn. You get to be in a community of people who are striving to get better, to better their lives, to build their businesses, to really level things up in their physicality, spirituality, relationships, and finances. championshuddle.com. And if you really want something that would just absolutely rock your world, and you believe that it's time to level up to the next level, go check out TitanImmersion.com or ShieldMaidenLive.com for the immersion experience. I love you. Have an amazing day. I'm out.
Let's go! This is your daily revolution. Live in prosperity, we show you how to do it. There's no luck about it, we got the strategic blueprint. This is your daily revolution. You already know. And if you don't, then check my resume. Turning pressure into possibilities every day. We all can win and live our unique purpose. We change our mindsets and put the work in. This is your daily revolution. Daily revolution. Revolution. Your daily revolution podcast.